We ain't had no elevator, so I had to take them steps. And it's strictly motivation when I'm staring at success. Leave that nigga with your money just to put him to the test. What's good, man? Right now we finna get into this 5 mysterious unsolved cases, number 8. So without further ado, man, let's get this bit popping. You know the drill. For how you feel, pop you like a pill. If you want to hit that like and subscribe button, slap the dog shit out yourself, because that's the first thing shit it did when you clicked on my video. Alright, but check this out. Need y'all go tap in on my website, man. First link in the description. All the videos I can't post on YouTube will be posted on my website. So if I got blur anything out, edit anything out, if I get age restricted, copyright, or whatever it is, it's going to be on my website, raw and uncut, so you won't miss a thing. Real Life Rap, the album is out now on all platforms, so I need y'all to go run that up for me. But yo, we got 5 mysterious unsolved cases. We probably ain't going to watch all 5, you know what I'm saying, because this video 30 minutes long. We're going to do like a part 1, part 2, maybe. But yeah, this going to be the part 1. We ain't watching there, so we'll do not come. But let's get it popping. We might though if it's interesting. But yeah, hold on. Shouts out to Fact Fiction. It's on their channel. They got 900k subscribers. This video got 1 million views, so shouts out to them. I'm subscribed. I didn't even know that shit, but yeah, shouts out to them. Please don't copyright me on me.
5 mysterious unsolved cases.
This is real life. Fact Fiction.
This is number 8.
I only want if it's real. I don't want no fake shit.
Relisha Rudd was just 8 years old when she was last seen in March 2014. For more than a year before her disappearance, Relisha, her mother, and her 3 younger brothers had been living in a homeless shelter in Washington, D.C., alongside hundreds of other families.
Hey, bro, I heard D.C. crazy, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's where the White House at and shit. But like, I guess they got hoods out there, all type of shit. Like, just like any other city. You know what I'm saying? But them homeless shelters, bro, that's a very dangerous place or unsafe place to have kids at, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, you can't help it all the time, but still, I'm just saying, you know.
51-year-old Khalil Tatum worked at the shelter as a janitor. He had former felony convictions for breaking and entering, burglary, and larceny. Tatum had grown close to Relisha and her family over the course of their stay. Despite a policy that prohibited fraternization between the shelter staff and its residents, Relisha and Tatum spent time alone together, and Tatum gave her gifts, including a tablet. Relisha even referred to him as her goddaddy. Tatum spent time with other young girls staying at the shelter as well, but was never disciplined for this behavior. Toward the end of February 2014, Tatum spent time with other young girls staying at the shelter as well, but was never disciplined for this behavior.
And he got 4 felonies. I ain't going to say that was him, but shit, boy.
Toward the end of February 2014, Relisha's mother, Shamika Young, placed her into Tatum's care, allowing her daughter to leave the shelter and stay with him. Young was reportedly unhappy with the conditions at the shelter and may have been trying to give Relisha a better life. But once Tatum took over caring for the 8-year-old, she began to miss school at an alarming rate. When school officials spoke to Young about the absences, she told them Relisha was being cared for by the man she called Dr. Tatum. When they
That's gonna come back on her though. He ain't got custody. You know what I'm saying? It don't just work like that necessarily. The kid missing school. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's crazy as hell that you'll go to jail if your kids don't go to school though. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they don't teach you shit. So like, you know, but there's ways around that obviously. But you know.
Tatum, he said he was treating Relisha for neurological issues.
But yeah,
By
on
March
your ass,
19th,
you missing school.
Relisha had been absent from school over 30 times.
Hey, that school, nigga, anything got to do with kids, bro, and parents, nigga, the parents ain't doing right or something, and that kid got missed school, got marks on them, whatever it is, bro, they not playing, bro. They ready to take that kid from you. And oh, God. Bro.
Child Services arranged to meet with Tatum for neurological issues. By March 19th, Relisha had been absent from school over 30 times. When child services arranged to meet with Tatum, he never showed. It was at this time social workers learned that Tatum wasn't a doctor at all and contacted the police. Young told investigators that
Hold on, I missed
Tatum
something. It said something about that neural. Let me see.
When they called Tatum, he said he was treating Relisha for neurological issues. By March 19th, Relisha had been absent from Dr. Tatum. She told them when school officials spoke to Young about the absences, she told them Relisha was being cared for by the man she called Dr. Tatum. When they called Tatum, he said he was treating Relisha for neurological issues. By March 19th, Relisha had been absent from school over 30 times. When child services arranged to meet with Tatum, he never showed. It was at this time social workers learned that Tatum wasn't a doctor at all and contacted the police. Young told investigators that Tatum and her daughter were attending a medical conference in Atlanta and that she'd spoken to Relisha on the phone on March 17th. Young was convinced her daughter was safe and declined to file a police report, even though Tatum could not be reached on his
the police is asking you questions about your kid and you talking about they safe. You think that she don't care about that motherfucking kid, bro? It's crazy.
And the DC apartment he had shared with his wife was empty. A missing persons investigation was launched. Security footage of Tatum and Relisha was discovered at
So she lied to the school and said he was a doctor. She don't care about that baby, bro. That little kid, bro.
In Northeast DC. The two could be seen walking down a hallway at the hotel on February 26th. Both Tatum and Relisha look at ease in this footage. They're each carrying a shopping bag and walking at a leisurely pace, and nothing seems out of the ordinary. A passerby would likely assume they were father and daughter.
Bro, that man is too old, bro.
From March 1st showed the pair in a similar situation, walking to a hotel room at the Days Inn. This video is the last confirmed sighting of Relisha.
So they went to do two different hotels?
When Tatum's wife, Andrea, was found shot to death in a Maryland hotel room, investigators
What?
Up their...
Bro, what? Unsolved? Oh, hell no. Ain't no way. That was the last place they seen her, bro. Cap.
Search for both.
Oh no, bro. What the fuck? And come to find out, that nigga wife was shot in a hotel? Hold on. They went to two different hotels, and that was the last one they seen him at the hotel at the Days Inn.
When Tatum's wife, Andrea, was found shot to death in a Maryland hotel room, investigators ramped up their search for both he and Relisha. They learned that at the beginning of March,
so when was she shot?
Purchased large trash bags, a shovel,
When
and
the fuck
a
was
quicklime. On March 31st, Tatum's body was discovered at Kenilworth Park and Aquatic Gardens. He had shot himself with the same gun that killed Andrea. There was no trace of Relisha. Child Services was criticized for waiting so long to take action regarding Relisha's absences from school. The agency had been involved with her family before, finding that the home environment Young created was unsafe and that she had medically neglected.
Bro, it's the fucking mother's fault the whole time, bro. Why did she even... She didn't even have to let that man take her because the homeless shelter living conditions wasn't up to par with her. But this nigga was taking her back to hotels and shit. And come to find out, he killed his fucking wife, then kills himself, and she's gone too as well. Like, where the fuck? What? Bro, what the fuck, bro? Yeah, man, people don't care for their kids, bro. This shit crazy.
At least one of her children. But it wasn't until Relisha vanished that
it's people who don't like, they just dip out on the family, say fuck that kid type of shit. And there's people that say fuck the kid in this type of way. You know what I'm saying? On me, though. Y'all scandalous, bro. Y'all scandalous.
That the home environment Young created was unsafe, and that she had medically neglected at least one of her children. But it wasn't until Relisha vanished that Young...
So she must have really had some like neural problems or whatever they said earlier. Why she claimed she was at the doctor. She must have really had something like that though.
At least one of her children, but unsafe, and that she had medically neglected at least one of her children. But it wasn't until Relisha vanished that Young lost custody of her kids. She was also investigated for obstruction of justice due to the statements she had made about where Relisha was, but was never charged. She rarely speaks to the media about Relisha's disappearance. In a statement to the Washington Post in 2014, Young said,
Did she go viral on the news?
"It's not my fault. I'm tired of laying my head down to get some rest, and I can't even reach out and grab my daughter." Relisha has never been seen or heard from again.
Man, this is the
Authorities
motherfucker,
believe
bro.
She was likely killed by Tatum. His purchases in early March indicate he may have planned to get rid of human remains. In 2020, police searched a series of tunnels underneath the shelter, which Tatum would have had knowledge of as the janitor there. Nothing was found, and the young girl's fate is still unknown. Relisha Rudd would now be 15 years old.
Damn. Hey, bro, that nigga did it, bro. He did something. He was with, bro. That nigga killed his wife, then killed himself, bro. He was guilty, bro. He killed himself. You know what I'm saying? After he killed his wife, bro, that man was mentally crazy, bro. The mother should have never let her go off with the fucking janitor that got 4 fucking felonies. You know what I'm saying? Even if they're breaking and entering, you know what I'm saying? And there ain't nothing towards no kid, don't fucking matter. You know what I'm saying? This is a grown man. This nigga 51 years old. Yeah, he can be grandfather or something. Nah, bro, he's not that type of guy, bro. He's a janitor with 4 felonies working in a motherfucking... He probably lives... Well, nah, because she went with him. You know what I'm saying? It said it was... It said the living conditions at the homeless shelter was too rough or whatever, so she went with him. So like, what the fuck, man? It's the mother fault, bro. I don't care what nobody says. She should have never let that nigga go. Let her baby go with him. You know what I'm saying? She didn't care. She didn't care, bro. But yeah, let's get to this next one though, bro. What the fuck? Theo Hayes, man.
Backpacker Theo Hayes began his solo travels in Australia in late 2000.
Hold on, what? And she was calling the other girl Relisha. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking Relisha or something.
Belgian backpacker Theo Hayes began his...
Theo Hayes. Yeah, it could be like that. It got a Z.
Solo travels in Australia in late 2018. Nearly a year later, he disappeared a week before his flight back to Belgium. 18-year-old Theo arrived in Byron Bay, a popular tourist destination, on May 29, 2019. He checked into a single room at the Wake Up Hostel in Belangil. It was the final leg of his trip. He planned to
spend that nigga went to a whole different country by himself?
A few days in Byron Bay before taking a bus to Sydney and flying home. On the evening of May 31st, 2019, CCTV captured Theo and a new friend he'd met at the hostel buying some...
Grown men don't go missing, bro. It's a new friend right here that he just met. You know what I'm saying? So, grown men don't just go missing, bro. Like, I mean, they can, but yeah, on some street type shit, but like, this man went to a whole different country though, like, so ain't no telling what really happened. See, I feel like I'm the type nigga, I do shit by myself, you know what I'm saying? I go everywhere by myself type of shit. So like, but going to a whole nother country, I ain't that crazy. But like, I feel like I would go do that, like in my head, like, yeah, I'll get up tomorrow and go if I could type of shit, you know what I'm saying? But realistically, nah, I'ma need somebody to have my back though, cause you never know, you know what I'm saying? Shit on me.
Alcohol at a local liquor store. At evening of May 31st, 2019, CCTV captured Theo and a new friend he'd met at the hostel buying some alcohol at a local liquor store. The footage indicates nothing out of the ordinary in Theo's behavior. The pair went back to the hostel, and later in the evening, Theo visited a bar called Cheeky Monkeys, located about a 20-minute walk from the hostel. Around 11 p.m., he left. It's unclear whether he was overly intoxicated, but witnesses have stated he was not drunk that night. CCTV footage of Theo leaving the bar provides the last known images of him before his disappearance. As he walked away from the bar, Theo used his phone to send several messages to friends, watch a YouTube video, and use Google Maps, presumably to navigate his way back to the hostel, but he never made it there. Cell phone records indicate that Theo actually walked in the opposite direction. He kept up a quick pace, following an unusual route down dark streets and through bushland to Tallow Beach. Throughout the journey, Theo is sending and receiving messages. After sending a WhatsApp message to his stepsister shortly before 1 a.m., his phone stopped emitting a signal.
It probably died.
Theo's family called New South Wales police, reporting they had...
It probably died because he got there. He ain't leave till 11. He started walking, texting, YouTubing, Google Maps. If he had all the tabs open, if I'm gonna die, think about how you make it to the bushes and shit over there. But yeah, man, that's crazy as hell. I don't know. This one right here, I don't know. This nigga just walked. He just walked off and then he disappeared, type of shit. So like, I don't know.
From him. The same day, the hostel where Theo was staying contacted the police as well. His checkout date had been 3 days earlier, but he was nowhere to be found, and his belongings were still in his room. Theo's parents, Laurent Hayes and Vinciane Delforge, flew to Australia to search for their missing son. Helicopters, divers, rock climbers, dogs, and drones were all used in the extensive hunt for Theo, but to no avail.
I bet that came out his parents' pockets too.
A month later, a baseball cap was found by searchers at Tallow Beach. It resembled the one Theo was wearing when he was last seen, and his family...
Well, shit, he walking like that? Nigga about to run walking to the pole.
Resembled the one Theo was wearing when he was last seen, and his family...
Man, I wouldn't doubt somebody knocked that nigga and ran for shit and then... Ain't no, bro. Ain't no telling, bro, man. RP to that man or whatever, bro, but...
believe it's his. The official search was called off shortly after this discovery. The final signal that could be traced from his cell phone placed Theo in the area of Cape Byron on June 1st. Authorities theorize that he may have fallen from the cliffs near the lighthouse on Byron Bay, but there's no explanation as to why he traveled away from his hostel to this remote area in the middle of the night. In 2019, the backpacker Theo was seen buying alcohol with, Antoine Von Letem, told the Daily Telegraph about the night Theo disappeared. He described their trip to the bar.
I ain't got the video of him coming out
together after leaving the hostel, and we arrived with some other people from the hostel, and then everyone talked with other people. An hour later, he was kicked out of Cheeky Monkeys. It's not clear why Theo was asked to leave the bar. Some theories suggest he was overly intoxicated, perhaps as the result of a spiked drink, and simply got lost that night. Others wonder if he had an altercation of some kind inside Cheeky Monkeys, which did have a bit of a rough reputation. Theo's whereabouts remain completely unknown, but his family maintains hope that he is alive. They even
I feel like he changed his identity,
wonder if he could be being held against his will. His father, Laurent, told media outlets, "As long as we have not found his body, we keep hope."
Man, that's crazy, man. I don't know what that's like, man. Let's see what we got this time looking like right quick. We're at 20 minutes, man. We're going to go ahead and wrap that one up right there, man. If y'all made it to the end of this video and you bored, check out this video to the left or check out my music to the right. Just drop some new shit so y'all go run that up. But yeah, I'm gone on my mother kids, man. We ain't had no elevator, so I had to take some steps. In the street motivation when I'm staring at success. Leave that nigga with your money just to put him to the test.